So this is the next stage.
Wait!
If you're asking for a date, forget it. Because I make it a point not to go out with women who shoot me in the head.
Date a demon? I'm not that desperate. Besides, I really don't care for guys who stink like blood.
You're right. So, tell me, what's your name?
I don't have a name.
Okay, then what should I call you?
I don't care, whatever you want.
Whatever, lady. I'll leave this to you, because I don't want to miss the party.
Who counted on you anyway?
What is up, everybody? This is RadTechShoe, and we are continuing our Devil May Cry 3 LP with Mission 9. So before I get started with this mission, I'm going to go ahead, put Cerberus away, and equip Agni and Rudra. We got to play with them. I haven't been playing with them for the last few missions. So I'm going to go in here, get myself a nice purple orb, and we've got ourselves a fun mission ahead of us. We will be getting 2 new weapons, 1 gun and 1 melee weapon. And for the most part, this mission is going to be a rather enjoyable one with an awesome finale cutscene at the end. So right there, you saw me purchase a move for Agni and Rudra. It's the equivalent of the high time for Agni and Rudra. That's really what it is. Like high time for Rebellion, that's what I just purchased for Agni and Rudra, their version of high time. So right off the bat, we're underground here. We've got to go all the way to the very end, and we're going to be doubling back here. It looks like, we got to restore power to this area, but we'll be doing that later. For now, we're just going to head down through this hallway, and let's introduce ourselves to some new enemies. Alright, so these are Arachne. Arachne are pretty much, they appear to be somewhat female in terms of, like, their anatomy, in terms of, like, what human aspects they have to them. But yeah, they're pretty much half spider, half person. And they're not too difficult. They can block. They can completely block and reflect your attack, similar to how Virgil did. In our boss battle against him, where he'll just deflect and knock your attack back at him. So, for regular enemies, they're actually somewhat formidable, but they're not difficult. I mean, like I said, they're big, they take a lot of health, they don't really like to be stunned all that much. Agni and Rudra seems to do a good job of dealing damage to them. I'm pretty sure they're not too thrilled with being set on fire. So, they have a few basic attacks. They have that lunge attack, which they roar right before they do. That's a tell. So when you hear one of them roar, usually jump, or in my case, kill them before they can do it. And then they just, then they can just do basic attacks. When they're on the wall, they can spit web at you and jump down and, like, do a somersault attack into you. So out here, we actually have something of a secret blue orb fragment to get. We have to go get him, but in order to get him, I have to put away Gunslinger and equip Trickster. And you're about to see why. As you remember, Trickster lets us run up walls, and up there is where I need to get. But I can't get there with just air hike alone. So what I gotta do is I gotta run up the wall, and then air hike once I'm high up on the wall. It's a little tricky, but it can be done, obviously. And the reward is worth it. So I had to put Gunslinger away for just a minute. And right there, I just felt like Stinger jumping out. So I'm going to go over here, re-equip Gunslinger. This is the last mission I'll be using Gunslinger. And for the most part, it's been an okay fighting style, but it's definitely not my favorite. But over here, we're going to be solving this puzzle. It's pretty simple. We need to take the light and lighten this and use it to highlight the statue on the very bottom. So by destroying the left and the bottom mirror, we can simply create the path of light we need, and now we can exit and move on to this area. Over here, as you can see, there are Enigma. You can totally bypass those two if you want. However, I'm just taking the time to, use my gunslinger, trying to level it up a little bit. I won't be getting it all the way to level 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just pretty much playing around with gunslinger a little bit for the Enigma. Like Enigma, like I said, they're not too dangerous, and the gunslinger does a good job of stunning them and making it so that they can't attack me. So we've got a few more Enigma to deal with. So once we go down here and finish these guys off, we'll be able to go through into the next area. And the next area will be the big area where we have quite a lot of things to do. So let's go on through. Before we get to the next area, we have to take this pathway. In here, we've got some Hell Greed, which are summoning Hell Prides. So just got to deal with them. Also, another note, avoid the pillars, the spinning pillars. Those things can actually deal a good chunk of damage to you, and they knock you back. So pretty much just avoid getting hit by them. They deal a decent amount of damage. So right here I'm just playing with Gunslinger, and right there I just Stinger attacked into the pillar. So the Stinger's not really going to be your best weapon in here. So right now, just playing with Gunslinger, trying to level it up a little bit, get a decent combo rating up. We're going to finish off these guys and then proceed into the next area. Now out here we have quite a bit to do. First off, I'm going to turn left, come on over here. We have quite a lot of things to do. First thing, grab all the things. Grab all the red orbs. And that's not all the things, there are more things up here, so grab all the things. So keep going, gather all the goodies. It won't let you jump over this wall onto the platform on the other side. I just wanted to see if I could get over there. But over here, we have an item, which will give us an idea of what we will eventually do. We are going to be parting the oceans, but that's for another time. We can go through the door on the right, however, I'm going to go back to there later. First, I'm going to come up here, and let's grab our new gun. The Spiral. It's a very bulky weapon. It's definitely not useful for mobility. So I'm not a big fan of it. Over here is a combat adjudicator, but it says that we need a technique that's charged from the heavens, which we don't have at the moment. We don't have the weapon needed to break it. So instead of going through the waterfall like I was about to do, I almost forgot what I need to do first. We need to come over here and head through this door right next to the God of Time statue. In here, we have more pillars and a few Enigma. So just go ahead and deal with them however you want. I'm just going to kind of do a little gunslinger and swordplay. One down, and now there's one more right over here. Just deal with them however you see fit. Just make sure not to run into the pillars too much. Head through the door. And now we're in another storeroom with spiderwebs, so you can guess who we're going to be fighting in here. But come over here and grab the ambrosia. Surprise, surprise, it's more Arachne, so just go ahead and lay into them. This time around, we're going to be fighting 5. We're going to be fighting 2 here, and then 3 more in the second wave. So just go ahead and deal with them however you see fit. Like I said, I like using a combination of Agni Rudra and and rebellion combos like Stinger just to close the gap. You know, that attack that Agni and Rudra can do, it's very slow, and the Arachnids seem to love to dodge it. Either that or Dante can just completely miss a stationary target like he did right there. So just go ahead, deal with these guys. They're not too tough. Like I said, they seem to just kind of move around. Like, it seems like their attacks will just completely miss. Except for that one, obviously. But yeah, some of their attacks aren't the most accurate either. So just go ahead, deal with these guys. Once we're done with them... Oh, and watch out for those little baby spiders. They're actually quite annoying. If the baby spiders latch onto you and you don't do anything about it, like you don't attack to try and shake them off, they'll actually explode and cause minor damage. Which is fine if it's just one of them, but since there's a bunch of them, that can actually add up. So go ahead and either run from them or kill them all. Come on, now we're got to double back. We're going to take out the Enigma on our way. So for the most part, like I said, now we're heading towards the final area. We just got to get there. This is kind of a short but fun mission, especially the boss. The boss battle at the end is tricky, but it's also kind of fun. And the weapon we get is awesome. It's very cool, stylish. Even if it's not practical, it's just fun. So right here, I'm looking at what I need to get, or how much, like, should I get a blue orb and whatnot. And I decided to hold off on that. So we're going to go and take the cave entrance behind the waterfall. Now in the cave system, we're going to turn left and turn left again. Go all the way down. And we're going to find ourselves a Devil Star. Always nice to have in your back pocket. Alright, so now we got to get out of here. And we got quite a few enemies. Hell Prides and Hell Gluttony are the enemies inside this cavern system. Pretty simple, not too difficult. You know, there's also, a secret mission we're going to get in here. But once I defeat all the enemies, we'll get to that. Right here, it seems to be the largest concentration of enemies, so we're just going to go ahead and fight them all while they're here. So right here, you can go up to a grounded enemy, shoot him real quickly. Dante will pin him down, kick him. You know, it's good for style points. So just go ahead, finish these guys off. Nice little triple S right there. So right over there is the pathway we're going to be eventually taking, but I'm going to double back, jump up here. And up here, we're going to interact with this wall and find another secret room. Or secret mission, rather. This one is easy. We have to destroy all the things. Every single thing in this room that's destructible, we have to break it. So, and I mean everything. These bottles over here, they need to be destroyed. And the counter tells you how many items there are. There are 50. Don't forget these barrels over here. Destroy the barrels, the jukebox, everything. Including all the little bottles behind the bar and above the bar as well. Last but not least, up on top, all 3 barrels. And the reward is another blue orb fragment. Well worth the effort. So, let's go ahead, grab that, end the secret mission. Now that we're back out in the cavern system, the enemies have respawned, so let's go down and say hi. So, pretty much, we're just going to go ahead and pound these guys a new one, yet again. And for the most part, like I said, this mission is rather simple and fun. The boss fight at the end is a little frustrating. It's simple, but there's one key aspect about it that's frustrating. And I'll point that out when it happens, because it happens repeatedly towards the end of the fight. So for the most part, just deal with these guys, take care of them, dodge all the gluttony, sandblast attacks. I love doing that. I love kicking the enemy right at the end. Anyway, now we're going to head through this pathway. We're not going to those green, double green doors over there. Instead, we're heading over here to use the ambrosia. We're going to use the ambrosia, head through the door, and trigger a cutscene with the boss of this mission.
Welcome, sir. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it is. You'll be nice to me, won't you?
Of course I will. I'll treat you so nicely. You'll never want to leave.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Then, come on, sugar.
Alright, so this is Nevin. Nevin is a relatively simple boss. She's not too difficult. She has a variety of attacks. The first attack she likes to do is the one where she calls out, "How's this?" And then she'll send basic electric balls at you. They're pretty easy to dodge. She'll do another vertical pillar attack. A pillar of lightning will rise up right underneath you. Just simply dodge that, you know, by walking or running. It's not too difficult. She does have another attack where she'll do a backflip and send blades of energy along the ground, and they'll somewhat target you. She'll do this spinning attack that'll hit all around her, so you can't be close to her during that time. She'll do a variety of other attacks throughout this fight. The first thing you need to understand is that you can't damage her until you destroy her dress. Her dress is her armor, and it's made of bats, so the more damage you do to the dress, the weaker her armor becomes, and then you'll be able to actually deal damage to her. So you must destroy her dress first. As you can see, we knock it down bit by bit. Right there is one of her most dangerous attacks, but it's pretty easy to dodge. It's an easy tell. All you have to do is just double jump high into the air and then use your guns to keep you up in the air. For the most part, like I said, she's somewhat easy. Once she gets really low on health, that's when she becomes a pain. But she loves to talk, which telegraphs each of her attacks. Now, this attack can either is similar to Griffin's attack from Devil May Cry 1, if you remember. All we have to do is just dodge left or right, or jump above them. So just go ahead and keep damaging her, keep destroying her dress, keep hitting her. Devil trigger if you need to destroy her dress a little quicker. You know, just destroy her, keep it up, keep up the pressure. You don't want to rush too much. Wait for one of her attacks to miss and fail, and then rush in. For the most part, like I said, it's not the hardest boss fight. It's just kind of frustrating. But you just gotta be patient. Read her attacks. You know, don't expect to win this on your very first try without using any items. You know, she is kind of difficult to understand because she has a variety of attacks. She doesn't have just one or two. She has like several attacks. And one of her most dangerous attacks is right here. She'll chase you around, with no dress on to try and lure you into attack her, do not attack her. She will grab onto you, she'll start kissing you, but as she does so, she drains your health and replenishes her own, which is definitely not something you want to do. So here she goes. She keeps doing this. And right here, I'm trying to shoot her, and it's not doing that much damage. So pretty much that's the most annoying aspect of that boss fight, is the fact that if I try and damage her with my sword, she'll just simply, kiss me, absorb all the damage, absorb my health. She won't take much damage. If she does capture you, then you're definitely going to want to double trigger to break out of it. But like I said, right here, you just got to be patient. Wait for her attacks to finish. Double trigger sometimes can save you from being knocked down. So right here, she got me. Double trigger, break free. So she hasn't even really dealt me half-life damage until just now. But we're going to finish her off real soon. But, I mean, notice how many times she keeps doing this. It's really annoying, the fact, like I said, that's the most annoying aspect of this fight, is when she keeps attacking you, she keeps trying to drain your health. I can't stand that. But we're going to go ahead and finish her off. Real quickly, it won't take much longer. Now she gets like repeated lightning attacks. But let's go ahead and finish her off. Alright, let's put an end to this.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
All right. I'll help you. Your father was a handsome devil. But you're no slouch yourself.
Awesome. Alright, now we have Nevin. So we're going to go ahead and grab the red orbs. We can't head out the door we came through. Instead, we're going to head out through the green door to the right. And now that will end the mission with a final cutscene.
Welcome back.
Alright, and that is the end of Mission 9. So it did take a while, more than 25 minutes, like last video. I apologize for the length, and I do try and finish these missions as quickly as possible without missing much, if anything. So we're just going to go ahead, save our game, overwrite our data, and since this is the end of Mission 9, Mission 10, I'm going to start using the Royal Guard style, and I will see you all there. This is RadTech Shu, signing off.